Wim Wenders, hello and welcome in Europol TV.
Lovely to be here.
You are here to talk about the role of cinema and the European identity and literacy in film. Is there a way to talk about this today? When we think about the soul of a man, is there a real soul, a European soul in a way, when you have no Nick Cage, you have no Cassandra Wilson at all to talk about it? So is there any?
There is a soul of Europe, yes. And it's a little timid and a little shy. And the European Union, being basically an economic entity, has trouble talking about the soul and has trouble to communicate itself emotionally. And there is a certain lack. And the fact that there is a lack is responsible for the fact that many Europeans are a little bit tired of Europe, because Europe doesn't talk to them emotionally. America has the American dream. That's basically an invention of American cinema. The European dream is hardly talked about.
How would it be possible to talk about this European dream at your level?
Well, there are movies that do it, cinema does it. There is something like European cinema, it exists. It exists not just as the sum of all these film-producing countries. There is something that is distinctly different from the rest of world cinema, it is European. And to feed that soul of Europe, I think Europe needs its own cinema. It needs the ally of cinema to fill that vacant hole, which is its emotional soul, that no economic and financial measure can fill.
Since decades now, European civil servants try to just push this European identity forward. They don't manage to do it, indeed. So do you have the impression cinema could help here, or the movie business could just help at a European level to develop it?
It can help. It is in a position to do so. It has all the tools to do so. It is already doing it. Our worry at the moment is that a whole young generation, kids, are losing the taste for it. That a whole generation of kids who do not know much about cinema, I mean, they see it all the time, they're exposed to it, they're exposed to all sorts of visuals that are upon them all the time, on television, on the internet, in games, and they do not know that there is something like European cinema. They don't know it.
You talked about the American movie business on one hand side. Is there a real business to be developed here in Europe when you see the methods of payments, of financing films, where Europeans think much more in a public financing way than on a private way? You've got programs like Media, Euroimage, etc. Are these the right tools to do it?
We're not complaining, period. We're not complaining about that there's not enough being done for European cinema. European cinema is doing better than ever before. If you look at how national cinemas all over Europe are doing, they're booming. It's just that less and less films actually travel. The borders have disappeared. All Europeans go anywhere. Our movies don't anymore. And that is a problem. And that is not the quality of these films. There's fantastic films out there.
But on the way, so for you, all financing systems, also these transnational film teams build up, so that this is one way, the only way to get funding from the European Union on one side. Well, is this a burden, or is this makes things more easier?
Most funding is on national basis. Most funding today in Europe is regional or from national entities that fund cinema. There is some aid from Europe, but it's altogether maybe not more than 20% of a movie that you can get from Europe. So, and national cinemas are thriving. I mean, we produce more films in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, and France than ever before. But very few films really are seen in neighboring countries.
What would be the way for you? I just want to come back to this American dream and compare it to a European dream not existing today. What would be the way to do, and think about movies, to get this in? Could we think about Wim Wenders presenting in a few years the European soul, or the soul of European men?
Oh yeah, in a way I'm doing nothing but and there's lots of movies that feed that European soul and do that already. I think it's we're a little too shy about what we have to offer, and
are we ashamed too?
Maybe. I mean, look at how much Hollywood has learned and taken and yes, taken and assimilated from European cinema over the years. I mean, Woody Allen, he's learned everything from Ingmar Bergman. He's making European cinema par excellence in America. I mean, the American cinema has always taken the best from Europe, and we're too shy about it.
Last question, the Lux Prize. First of all, do you know it? What do you think a prize like this, given by parliamentarians, by a European Parliament, does it have any way of presenting a better?
I'm for it. I like the idea of the Lux. I think all these initiatives are fabulous. There's lots of initiatives in a lot of European countries. And like in Scandinavia, there is more than in any other country, the idea of education is out there. They do that. And their success is tremendous. The amount of, they teach kids about the history of Danish, Swedish, Norwegian cinema, and the amount of films that adult audiences see from Europe is much higher than in every other European area.
Wim Wenders, thanks a lot, and we're waiting for the European soul. Thank you.
Thanks.